It's the day of total improv, like I said. Someone has Algerian Japanese kids and showed me photos. There's a proposal to work with Joël Robuchon. They're amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Incredible. Joël Robuchon would be proud in my opinion. Anyway, this is the least Japanese day of the trip. Tonight, I don't even know where I'll stay. You know how Algerians are. It's impossible to pay a bill. Tonight you were in my life for me. Honestly, the mentality of people here is incredible. For a wedding, you wanted a night exploration. You're getting it. I don't know what this thing is. Seriously, it's crazy. You can really enjoy this.
Thank you for watching.
はい。一部電車とホームの間が広く ビビックストリンク新登場。炭素で軽やかに。
Well, so here, you probably won't really understand what's going on since I left you around 3:30 p.m. after the couscous place, and now it's already night. Boom. Well, actually, what happened is that I did meet up with my friend Kevin, Japan in black and white, and we spent the whole afternoon and the beginning of the evening together. And I didn't film anything at all, that's it. I took advantage of my last day to be with him. We really had a great time. We chatted and he took me to some really nice places. Also in some very, very popular neighborhoods in Shibuya, but to secret spots on little rooftops and all that, which are actually not well known by tourists. And it was really very nice. We had some pretty nice views there, overlooking all the buildings of the Japanese capital. And actually, I'm not far from Shinjuku, about 20 minutes away by public transport, and I'm close to Hidebashi Station. Because actually someone recommended that I go to a place called the Bistro Parisian, which is run, I think, but I'm not 100% sure, by an Algerian man, that's it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to say anything wrong anyway. It's simple. We'll find out together. So now I'm going to go there. I'm going to drop by and say hi. And that's it. Like I told you, this is a totally improvised day. Well, like most days, usually in my adventures. So there you go. For all the lovers of nighttime explorations and romantic ones too, here I am in night mode. Since you often tell me, Benenko, it would be so great if you did nighttime adventures. Well, here we are. Okay, it's not 3 a.m. either. It's probably around 8:30 p.m., but it's dark. And we're in night exploration mode in a neighborhood I don't know at all, right? I've never been here before in Tokyo. So yeah, well, it's really nice, you know, it's very well lit. Maybe not as well lit as South Korea. I think South Korea, when it comes to lights, was really a whole level above. I think that even anywhere in the world, I've never seen as many lights as in South Korea, honestly. So yeah, the neighborhood looks pretty quiet, it feels pretty local, and now I have about 10 minutes of walking ahead of me to get to the Parisian Bistro. Today is probably the least Japanese day of my whole trip to Japan. Since it's couscous for lunch and tonight it's a Parisian Bistro. Yeah, I'm easing myself back home. Quite simply, sumimasen. Sumimasen was the most helpful word for me in Japan. If you come to Japan, learn this word. It's equivalent to please or sorry. For example, you can easily stop someone and say, "Excuse me, sumimasen," and then ask for a bit of information. I feel like there's a small temple over there around here. You can easily bump into someone by accident and say sumimasen, or if you want to get by, you just say sumimasen. There you go. It's like please, sorry, or excuse me. It has many uses and is the most important word to learn if you visit Japan. Maybe even more important than konnichiwa, which is still very important. It's the basics, you know, knowing how to say hello. But sumimasen, it's the word, I think, that really helped me the most. And well, here we are. We've arrived at the Parisian Bistro. I'm with Mr. Nabil, who's here, so he's of Algerian origin. From Tipaza, which I know.
Good. Hello.
And so, He's been living in Japan for 17 years. 17 years. He's married to a Japanese woman and has Algerian Japanese children. He showed me the photos.
Yeah, that's true. Two boys and a girl.
There you go. So, the restaurant that was recommended to me by a friend of Algerian origin, whose name is Saili Sailira, I want to thank her if she ever watches this video. So, there you go. So, we feel like we're not in Japan anymore, actually. Yeah, right. We're back in Paris without the 14-hour flight. That's it.
That's it. And well, for me, my job is to take people on a journey at my restaurant.
Through gastronomy. So, actually, we were talking a little off camera. He was explaining his background to me. So, actually, you first came to Japan because you had an offer to collaborate with Joël Robuchon.
That's right. About 20 years ago, let's say, maybe a little more. And I stayed in Japan for 3 weeks, but I turned down the offer because for me it was too noisy, too crowded, people were running everywhere 24/7, so I didn't really like it at that time.
And then you came back to France.
Afterwards, we changed our minds, of course.
Yeah, you were fine. As they say, only fools never change their minds.
Exactly.
So this place, it's your bistro? Yeah, that's right. Okay. You created the menu, the dishes, everything? Everything. Okay, so it's French cuisine. There's no ristate?
Unfortunately, no. It's still in the works. Who knows? Yeah.
You never know. Right. Well, I've already had a good couscous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a pleasure. Yes, that's the guy they mentioned. Thank you very much. So, this is where I'll spend the end of my adventure in Japan.
With you.
My last evening?
Exactly.
It's a pleasure. Welcome. Thank you.
I hope you're going to eat well.
That's kind. Thank you very much. Bye. It's really great to be here, honestly. Besides, this is really the only day at least where generally speaking, I don't struggle to order because today, with Google Translate, it's easy, honestly. So I just say, I want this. But it's true that today, I think it's one of the only days where I struggled the least to order because all the restaurants I went to, they spoke French, actually. Yeah, it's really great. There you go. A little glass of champagne. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the welcome. Yeah, everything, well, it's true that it's very convenient.
Right.
As usual, right, I always put all the good tips in the description box. There you go. If one day you want to visit the places I go to, the places where I have lunch or dinner, whether it's restaurants, street food, and so on. All the good tips in the description box. Yeah, that's how I am. That way it saves you the trouble. Well, that's nice. Yeah, really good. And the restaurant is really, really beautiful. It really feels like a Parisian bistro. Beautiful decor with brick walls. Very pleasant. We're really immersed in a French atmosphere, huh? Little French songs have been playing for a while now. Well, it's Patrick Bruel. Here, I have a little appetizer to start with. My sedouane. Very, very good. It's fresh, it's crunchy.
Wait, we were good. That's really...
I don't doubt it, yeah. And so now, what do we have then?
Homemade butter.
With Guérande salt and vanilla bean. With vanilla bean, I've never seen that. Okay?
With very hot bread. And that's grilled vegetables marinated with yuzu.
With yuzu, with lemon. Wow, of course. Wow, that looks delicious. There you go.
Well,
that hits. The butter makes me really, really want it. It looks so good. Look at that. You can really see the little black dots. An explosion of flavors. You can really see the little black dots there from the vanilla bean. They're so good. I've never seen this before. A butter that smells like vanilla, you know. It's incredible. The bread, there. The pleasure of having a baguette again after 2 months. Wow, you can really hear the wind noise. There. And then the plate, wow, it's beautiful and colorful. It looks fresh, it looks good. There's color, it's lively. Joël Robuchon would be proud, I think. Well, listen. I'm going to taste the butter first because I'm really craving it. Thank you. Yeah, incredible. I could eat just bread and butter for my whole meal. Honestly, and I would be very happy. Wow, this is the best butter I've ever tasted. Really?
Thank you. About 4 years ago, just after the coronavirus, we wanted to renovate everything. Renovate our work mentality and everything, of course.
Of course.
Everyone. And we started making butter. We didn't have butter on the table out in the open, that's how it was. And we tried all sorts of things. We tried cumin, garlic, black garlic,
You did a lot of tests.
Espelette, pepper oil, everything, but we tried about 20 times. When we made the vanilla one, it's been 3.5 years since we last did it until today.
Well, first of all, it's good. It has a good taste, that's all. And on top of that, it smells good. It's fragrant and everything. It looks really good.
There are yuzu vegetables. It's really fresh butter that we grill and then marinate in yuzu. We grate the yuzu. We buy boxes and boxes of yuzu. We grate them and add olive oil and let them marinate inside.
It's really good with that color.
But the colors,
They are beautiful, right?
a painting.
It's very visually appealing. It's nice to look at and it's good to eat. It's a pleasure. Honestly, eating vegetables is really enjoyable. Marinated vegetables with a nice crispy baguette. Incredible. Really? I'm not just saying that because he's right here, I mean it anyway. I've never lied in my YouTube videos. I'm honest about what I dislike. No, incredible. Safe bet? And indeed, you can really taste the yuzu flavor. It's very good. Well, it's the least Japanese day of the trip, right? But I can tell you it really feels good, right? First of all, we're in a really nice setting. It's really, he even told me you're lucky, because if you had come a few days earlier, usually, we're in a period where there are a lot of people, etc. But tonight, it's okay. It's pretty calm and all. So, I'm really lucky that there are, the day I spent with the backpack, still, because, as you know, I don't have any accommodation anymore. Tonight, I don't even know where I'm going to spend the night. Well, actually, I spent the whole day with the backpack. Luckily, Kevin also helped me carry it and so on. But even if it's a light backpack, well, still, yeah, you have to carry it and walk with it all day. So now I'm tired, end of the trip and all. And being in a place like this, which is very calm, very relaxing, very soothing, plus with excellent food, it feels so good. I could just fall asleep right here, honestly.
Incredible.
Is incredible. Look at these beautiful marinated vegetables. With that yuzu flavor. And then that hint of butter. It's amazing. What do we have here, chef, then?
For the dish, I made you something with a twist. A bit from my place, a bit from yours. So, it's a brick pastry with swordfish, caramelized onions, vegetable spaghetti, and Kalamata olives.
Wow, that looks delicious. Swordfish brick pastry, thank you so much. So you heard. The boss has a brick pastry, a swordfish brick pastry, and it already looks extremely delicious too. Well, we presented ourselves well. Right, my presentation is very neat. Honestly, I'm really lucky because it's true that lately I've been eating a lot of Asian food like Japanese, Korean and so on. And today I'm really happy to, eat something a little different from rice and noodles, even though I had some dishes that were excellent, right? That's for sure. But it's true that, changing up the type of food a little really feels good. The first bites, nice big pieces of swordfish, Wow. Swordfish actually reminds me of an episode I filmed in Algeria. I had eaten grilled swordfish.
At the Udofin.
No, it wasn't at the Udofin in Tipaza, it was in Digzirt. Digzirt, yeah, Digzirt.
Ouais, Digzirt.
Digzirt, that day in Digzirt, I had eaten a really good fish, grilled swordfish facing the sea. It was delicious, by the way. I had a really good day. It's really delicious, It's all the flavors there. They're like a paradox on the pieces of swordfish, The thing is, okay, the big chunks, it's a real nice big piece of fish. You can see there are little onions here, look. When you cut this up, then you grate it.
We grated some lemon on top. Yellow lemon and lime.
Yellow lemon, lime. Here there are some small carrots and peppers. A julienne of vegetables. A julienne of vegetables. Wow, there are no words, it's so good. You just have to enjoy it, that's all.
They like it because of the movie Amélie Poulain. It's the movie that really made an impression on them, Amélie Poulain. The Japanese loved it.
There's nothing better to finish with than homemade crème brûlée. I love doing that with creme brulee, cracking it like that. I love creme brulee too. It actually reminds me of my adventures in Japan. I had a creme brulee donut there. Where was that again? I'm losing my mind. I think it was in Kyoto. It's really good. And it was in Takayama. I had a creme brulee cookie.
Yeah, but the Japanese are crazy about it.
They're crazy about creme brulee, yeah. Actually, Nabil was telling me that the Japanese are really fond of creme brulee because of the movie Amélie Poulain. Yeah, that's it. There you go. That is, they saw it in Amélie Poulain and now they want to eat creme brulee. And the Japanese in general really appreciate French cuisine. Yes, yeah.
The Japanese have a very refined palate, so they really know how to savor the dishes, the spices, pick out the aromas, they're people who are very interested in gastronomy.
All right. Well, there you go. I ate well. It was really delicious. And I really thank Nabil for the invitation because I wanted to pay. And well, I think now there's no point in repeating it for the umpteenth time. You know, the mentality of Algerians. It's just not possible to pay a bill, you know. So I was generously invited and I thanked them a lot because I had a really good time. First of all, the food was really good, but on top of that, I had a great time talking with Nabil off camera and so on. So I just left them now. They closed the restaurant with the employees who were also very nice, especially Kader, a gentleman of Moroccan origin, also very kind. And now, well, it's a little after 10 p.m. I need to find a solution to, you know, get some sleep, to get at least a few hours of rest because tomorrow my flight is at 8:25. So I need to be at the airport by at least 5:36 at the latest. So I have a last minute solution, but I still need to find it. So now I'm going to try to look around a little online. And if I find this solution, which well isn't very common for us as French people, but people here are very familiar with that kind of last minute backup solution. Actually, I already had this in mind. I thought to myself, just in case, I'd see how things went, but I'm going to try to find this solution. And if we find it, well, I could show it to you on video for this last night in the Japanese capital. The little temple over there is really nice, by the way, at night. Not bad. There you go. At the same time, it helps me digest a bit walking like this because, wow, I'm stuffed. Honestly, appetizer, main course, dessert. I can say that today I ate really well. But I really ate very well, thank you very much. Have a nice day, thank you very much.
Next stop is Kanta.
Day, thank you. Bye. Thank you very much. So kind. Honestly, the way people are here is incredible. And I was explaining that to you, by the way, a little earlier in the day. When you ask people for information, even if they don't speak the language, they don't hesitate to help you, to guide you. Well, that's actually what just happened. I wasn't sure about the way. Hey, it's you, man.
Hey, it's you. It's been a pleasure to meet you. I love what I do. Hey. Tonight you were in my life. You will never die. This is Tokyo. No. Where are you from? From France. France. You. That's great. No. We are the top. We are the pros. Bros.
Japan.
Yeah, sure. Nice. My boyfriend's from France. Your friend? Yeah. Your friend from France? No, boyfriend.
From,
France. Me? Yeah, finish. Daddy just lay down. Follow my stand. Bevallen.
we.
I never knew you were someone.
Me. We were in love. Learning what we were. What is your name? Yes, so as I was saying before, this is their concert. Yeah, they went to the concert, to Cherny's concert, and they put on a great performance. It's very pleasant to hear. It sounded like a choir. Actually, what I was saying is that here, a little bit of noise. I'm going to put this what's do, and the love is the shape of you, but it never died for you. Tonight you are in my room, arrived at Kamata Station. I'm actually located about 20 minutes from Haneda Airport, where I'm taking off tomorrow morning. And it's from here that I'm going to try to find accommodation for the night. So, what I was trying to tell you, but there was a lot of noise, and especially I was, as you saw, stopped by those nice Japanese people who were coming out of the Ed Sheeran concert, who were lovely and with whom I had a really good time in the subway. And we talked, we really got along, they were really very nice. And what I was actually trying to tell you is that I was on the wrong platform. There you go, I wasn't sure I was on the right track and had taken the wrong train. So I asked a group of young Japanese people if I was on the right track. I showed them where I wanted to go, and actually they told me, no, you're not on the right track. And their train was arriving at the same time, but actually they didn't get on their train. No, they accompanied me to the right track. They followed me up the footbridge to reach the correct platform at the station. To avoid mistakes, right? Too nice, huh? I asked. But what about your train, your subway? They told me, no, don't worry, it's fine, no problem, don't worry. Actually, they missed their train to help me. It's crazy. We can enjoy that. Usually we point out the right platform, but we don't move, we don't miss our train. Well, that's why I say people are really kind. And even if they don't speak English or speak very little English or not at all, they always try to find a way to help you. And that's why I really like it here. People are really kind and caring, and they like to help out when they can, even if they don't speak the language. Even if they don't speak English, I've found most Japanese people speak very little English. And so, well, it's still very pleasant to be able to count on people who are nice about this. Well, that's it. You wanted a night exploration, you're getting it. This is a neighborhood I don't know because I haven't explored it in Tokyo. To be honest, I don't know if there's much to do, but it's good to let yourself get lost. Also, sometimes in neighborhoods that aren't necessarily mentioned in the guides or on blogs. A bit like what I did in Osaka, I let myself get lost and I loved it. I really had a great wander. In a popular neighborhood. Ooh, I need to hurry because it's not mine anymore. And that's how you often make, well, good discoveries. So here you see at night, well, it's Japan, you know, it's not dangerous, it's peaceful. I walked past some kinds of markets. It actually reminded me a bit of Osaka. And there you go. There, look, do you recognize the penguin? The famous Don Quixote stores? They're the stores where you can find everything here in Japan. It's a mix, like I was saying, of groceries, action, crafts. There's everything, actually. There's even electronics. Well, it's quite a mess, you have to say it. Let's call a spade, but it's well organized. But really, there's everything. There's music everywhere too. Sometimes it's almost a bit of a headache, but that's what gives the store its charm. So here I'm checking if I'm going in the right direction, and apparently the place I want to go is over there. I really hope this is going to work out because I promise you I'm really coming here without a plan, you know? I mean, I have no idea if the place still exists, but apparently on Google it says it still does. I'm not sure if they'll have room. It's really just for this time. Haliwal again, I have to say, sumimasen, I told you it's the word that helps the most here. It's a word you can use anywhere. Oh, I know some people who had a little too much to drink there. Actually, the place I want to go is right there, but sometimes we walk past without noticing, so you have to look up. Because often, actually, well, it's on upper floors, so here, obviously, it's on the 4th floor. And I'll show you what it is, you'll understand. Ah, now it's our turn to cross. We're in Japan, and yes, we follow the rules. But well, I think for the purists, the people who have already been to Japan, who know a bit about Japan, who have already seen videos about Japan, you must know very well what this is, where we're going to try to spend part of the night. And for the others, it'll be a surprise. And here we are. I've arrived in my makeshift shelter for these few hours of sleep before heading to Haneda International Airport, which is actually 20 minutes from where I am. Very convenient, and it's really the kind of situation where, when nothing is planned, anything can happen. Because I had more or less targeted this type of place for the night, but I didn't know for sure. I still didn't know exactly where I'd spend part of the night, whether I'd head toward neighborhoods like Shinjuku and so on. But ultimately, they're a bit far from the airport. Knowing that tomorrow I have to be up early, I did a little research on Google and ended up in a manga cafe, more commonly called Manga Kisa here. So these are internet cafes where you can come and spend a few hours or even an entire night. They're open 24 hours a day and you pay by the hour. The rate increases depending on how many hours you stay. So logically, if you stay longer, you pay more. If you only stay for an hour, you won't pay much. But if you stay for 3, 4, or 6 hours, it'll cost more. So for example, I've checked out the prices. I'm going to stay for about 5 or 6 hours if everything goes well. For around 1900 yen, that's a little less than 12 euros. And I got a special price because the man at the reception was really nice. I didn't understand much since he only spoke Japanese, but we got by using Google Translate and a little English. He's really nice. He gave me a membership card for free. So if I stay for 6 hours instead of paying 2000 yen, I'll only pay 1900 yen. So the concept is really simple. It's brilliant. That's also why I like Japan, because it's really convenient in this case. There you go. That way, you're sure you won't have to sleep outside. Haha, see, if you didn't make reservations, it's still affordable. It's really about having a small space like this, you know? And it's called a manga cafe because most of them have very, very large libraries filled with manga. So this one isn't very big. I'll give you a little tour. But the one I went to in Nagoya, because I went to one in Nagoya, was huge. There was even a coffee machine you could use for free, a hot drink machine, a cold drink machine, there were sodas and so on. There was a huge manga library, of course, unlimited internet since we're in a manga cafe, an internet cafe. There was an ice cream machine that made real vanilla sundaes. So I'm giving you a quick room tour, though I'm not sure how much it will cost me. I hope there are no surprises, but I don't know the exact price since I haven't paid yet. I'll pay tomorrow morning before leaving. So let's try not to make too much noise because it's already almost midnight and I guess there must be people who are already sleeping. So this is what a manga cafe room looks like. There are several of them, right? I chose a room with a big mattress in the middle. Like this, some people only have a kind of seat that folds down so they can rest and sleep. There's a desk to work at, a TV screen, you can connect your laptop to it, and there's a USB key. But to be honest, I didn't really understand what it was for. And then here I have the key to my room, or rather the card, because it's not really a key. I have a pillow, and the gentleman at the reception, who was very kind, gave me a little blanket. So here I really have space. As you can see, I can even put my feet under the desk, and it really makes a difference. Well, it's basically like a double bed, really, and then there's really everything you need, right? They even provide tissues for you. There's a hanger here to hang your jacket, a shoehorn for your shoes. Of course, you shouldn't come in with your shoes on, you have to take them off. They also provide little slippers if you need them. So, there you go, it's automatic, just like that, so I have to swipe my card next to get in. So that's what it looks like. It's full of little rooms like this, all next to each other, you see? And right there we have a big manga library. But it's not the biggest I've seen, to be honest. In Nagoya, it was huge. There were aisles and aisles of manga. It was impressive. So, obviously I couldn't read them anyway. I didn't come for that. I came to relax, maybe work a little bit. I couldn't read them since they're in Japanese, so I just looked at the pictures. You see, here we have complete collections of lots of manga, some of which I don't even know, to be honest. Let's talk about the BZ. Knights of the Zodiac, Nicky Larson, Naruto, One Piece. I don't know all of these, so there you go. Then, over there, you see we have a smoking room, a lounge for people who smoke so they don't have to go outside and so on. Well, I'm not going to go inside, there's no point, but we'll go there too. I'll still show you a little smoking room, and there you go. We especially have something that I really love, of course, because I find it so convenient. So yes, these are the restrooms, always very clean. We're in Japan, you know, everything is super clean. Men's restroom, women's restroom, unisex restroom. So there you go, everything you need is here. And most importantly, there's a shower. Yes, you can take a shower in manga cafes. So sometimes it's free and sometimes you have to pay, but it's not very expensive. It costs 100 yen for 10 minutes. So you can take a shower and everything you need is provided, right? You see they give you shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, and a hairdryer is available. There are no towels. I think you have to rent one, but I already brought mine. There is a washing machine and a dryer, so if you need to do laundry, yes, it's possible. So there is a second shower as well in the restroom at the Manga Kisa. The only thing I absolutely don't understand what it's for is this. If anyone knows, feel free to tell me. They look like deodorants, but obviously they're not. Joke good. So apparently it costs 1,000 yen and you can get a little device. I honestly have no idea what it's for. I'm really stumped. So if you know, feel free to tell me in the comments. It's not a deodorant, even though it looks like one. Apparently it's not. What's funny is that it says new adult concept joke goods. Joke normally means blag in English, so it's funny. Joke, good, goods. I don't know what this thing is. Seriously. And you see, if you want to relax in the toilets at the Manga Kisa, apparently you can download little adult comics. Well, I hadn't seen it because I didn't dare go in. I thought it was only for ladies. Well, maybe it is only for ladies. I'm not really sure. You'd have to ask. Let's stay out of trouble, but I'll quickly show you. There's actually a kind of room where you can get ready. You see, there are little seats, mirrors, everything you need. Cotton pads, swabs, a sink, and so on. It's really super well set up, right? Impressive. And then over there at the reception, you can get something to eat or drink if you're a little thirsty or a little hungry. Of course, there's a drink machine and a machine with snacks, noodles, and so on. And if, for example, you buy yourself a little pack of noodles, there you see there are also utensils, razors, toothbrushes, and so on. If you forget your toothbrush or need a t-shirt, everything you need is available. And so if you buy, for example, a pack of noodles, you go to the other side. Over here, you see it's full of little rooms, you know, like this tap. Well, we have this machine available to get hot water, and we also have a microwave. There you go. So in some of the places I've stayed, there was a free coffee machine, a free soda machine. So yeah, hot drinks, cold drinks, an ice cream machine. You could make your own ice cream. It was impressive. I'd never seen that before. So yeah, I'm really happy to spend my last night in a place like this, because it's very typical of Japan, and above all, well, it allows me to show it to you on video like this. If you ever come to Japan, you know there are last-minute options like this one. So of course it's convenient for purists. Honestly, I don't come here for manga, I just come to relax. And because it's really the most convenient solution, since it's close to the airport for me to get there tomorrow morning, well, listen, I think I'm going to go relax in my room, okay? I'm bringing my guy so I can speak Japanese. So here you see these are the rates. Now what you need to know about the rates is that, well, obviously they increase depending on how long you stay. But most importantly, it's different if you're a member or not, and it also varies depending on the days. Of course, well, there are days that are more expensive than others, especially I think on weekends compared to weekdays. And sometimes there are also hours that are more expensive than others, especially nighttime hours, which are always a bit more expensive than daytime hours. Alright, now that you have all the information, it's time for me to go get some rest. So the thing is, I don't know what I'm gonna use the blanket for, because it's extremely hot. I feel like they've turned the heating all the way up. This Manga Café is basically a sauna. It's super comfortable, you see, I can just lie down like this, put my feet under the desk, and bam. I have all the comfort I need, and I even have a little pillow waiting for me. There you go, and now I'm feeling great. Look, it's only... Alright then, I'll see you tomorrow morning. A well-deserved dive back in. Well, it's 5:30 in the morning. I just left the Manga Café and I paid exactly 1,901, which is barely 12 euros. That's really reasonable, huh? To have a little living space like that with all the comforts. I was able to take a shower, which was great. So yeah, I stayed a little less than 6 hours. I arrived at 11:30 p.m. and left exactly at 5:30, 5:25 a.m. So now this is the step before heading to the airport. This is the combination. I'll miss that. In France, combinations are so convenient. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, And there you go, it's 5:30. I can go get myself a coffee, get something to eat, buy a couple of things for the airport, something to eat, etc. 7-Eleven, the classic, the most basic of basics. The good coffees from 7-Eleven, a real bean machine. Look, real coffee beans. Honestly, it does the job. It costs about 70 cents in euros, something like that. 80 cents max. It's 110, I think, something like that. 110 yen, 120 yen.
120 yens.
It depends on the store, but it does the job. Honestly, it's really good. A little coffee to wake up. It's 5:42 and I have a bus coming at 5:50 that will take me to Haneda Airport in about 30 minutes. Normally a little less, according to Google directions and maybe the traffic, but at this hour I'd be surprised if there's any traffic. So, in the meantime, well, I can enjoy my little coffee, and you see it's the same here. That is to say, just like at crosswalks, we wait for the light to turn red and then for the green man. But also to get on public transportation, or wherever it might be. So to take the bus, well, we wait, we line up, and we get on the bus in the order we arrived. It's that simple. It's not like everyone gets in at the same time, etc. That would be chaos. No, here we wait our turn. That's how it is in Japan, it's well organized. That first sip of coffee, it feels so good. What is your name? Go ahead. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Can I call you? Yeah. It's easier. So the bus arrived at 5:50 as planned. Here they're on time in Japan, there's no delay or anything like that. No, they're on time and we just arrived at 6:06. So it took us much less time than I thought and less than what Google told us. Especially since I stopped at the first terminal actually, where the bus dropped me off, which is Terminal 3. So that's for international flights. Alright, here we go. Now, all that's left is to check in our luggage, get my little boarding pass, and that's it. Wow, it's rare that I film in airports in general, right? I very rarely film my arrivals or departures. We always start the adventure right away in the country, but here we are live from Haneda International Airport in Japan. It feels strange, doesn't it? That's it, we're about to leave. It's the end of the season, you've been following it from the start, right? It's a bit emotional, isn't it? These season finales, these departures. After staying so long in a country, meeting so many people from different places. I met two really nice Japanese guys who helped me out there. On the bus, I asked them, yeah, this is the bus that goes to Haneda, right? They said, yes. And then I didn't have enough money on my Suica card on my phone. I was about to recharge it. But I still had a little bit of cash left. And the man told me, no, don't worry. For 20 or 30 cents, you don't have to bother recharging your Suica card with your bank card. No, don't worry. Just give 30 cents to the driver and pay the rest with your Suica card. So then he explained in Japanese for me and the driver said, yeah, no problem. So I paid 30 cents in cash and the rest with my phone. Alright, well, I'm gonna check in my luggage. I'm going to the Japan Airlines counter. And the airport in Japan is really great, isn't it? First of all, it's fast. I didn't have to wait an hour to check in my luggage or get my boarding pass. I went straight to the Japan Airlines counter. There was one person in front of me and I didn't arrive 4 hours early either, you know? I arrived just a little over 2 hours early, barely, and I got it done in 2 minutes. Plus, I'm really happy I managed to get a seat next to a window like that. I'll be able to enjoy the view a little bit since the plane takes off at 8:25. We'll be able to see the beautiful colors of the early morning. In our country of the rising sun, the sun is beginning to rise. Next, the security checks are really convenient here. First, if you have to take off your shoes, because not everyone is required to take off their shoes. You need to have a certain type of shoes. Those people have to take off their shoes for the security checks. And while they give you little slippers, no, you don't walk around the airport in your socks. Yeah, it's Japan, it's clean, it's spotless. They lend you little slippers so you go through security in slippers. Then, something that's really great here is that you don't have to take your laptop out of your bag. Yeah, you don't take out your electronic devices, you don't take out your liquids. No, you just have to put your bag down, and that's it. It goes straight through the X-ray machines. By the way, honestly, I say check in my luggage, but I don't have any luggage to check in. Since I travel light, I just have a carry-on bag. So this is my travel bag for my 2-month trip, you see? So it's a carry-on bag and it's really very convenient, and I really encourage you to travel light, keep it minimalist, as light as possible, take as few things as possible, but come back with lots of memories. And one last thing, when you're a foreigner here in Japan, and even for the locals, well, the checks go really fast. You don't have to wait an hour in line, right? There's an automatic machine, you put your passport on it, bam, it scans your face, it scans your passport, and same thing, in less than 2 minutes. I had already gone through, so it was very fast. Honestly, the thing that normally in some countries can easily take you half an hour here, it took me less than 5 minutes. Honestly, it was really, really, really fast. And now, so I'm sitting at the boarding area, waiting for my flight, and look, they have little desks. So yeah, there are seats to sit down and rest. And on top of that, they're nice. They didn't put armrests between the seats. Which means that, well, you can take a nap without being bothered by the armrest. Because often in some airports, they do that to keep people from sleeping. But here, there are no armrests. So, as a result, you can't rest. But here, there are plenty of people resting. And above all, there are these little desks. So you have your own space if you want to work with unlimited internet. Well, it's Japan, right? It's not like internet with a super slow connection. No, it's a good internet connection at the airport, really convenient. Well, here we are, we're early, and now we just have to wait, and that way I'll also be able to film the takeoff for you. And well, here we are. 2 months later, after the start of this season between Japan and South Korea, it's time to leave. The weather is great and we'll take off in beautiful sunshine. Well, listen, I always tend to say end of the day, end of the episode, but for once it'll be the start of the day, end of the episode. End of this beautiful adventure we experienced together between Japan and South Korea, then back to Japan. It was really fantastic. I loved everything we did, everything we saw. I met amazing people just yesterday. We had a fantastic day from start to finish. In the morning, at the start of the day, I was with Saika, and that was nice too. The Tunisian couscous with the staff who were lovely. Then I saw Kevin again. It was great. Then I got to know Nabil and the staff at the Parisian Bistro. After meeting the Japanese people in the subway that evening, who were very nice and were going to the Ed Sheeran concert, well, that's it. Honestly, it was just so good. Yesterday was a perfect day. I ended up in Plus in a great Manga Café where I could sleep peacefully, take a shower. Everything was just perfect. This morning I met more really nice people on the way to the airport. So yeah, it was really a great season, a great adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to let me know in the comments. As usual, it's time to say goodbye. I know it's a bit sad, there are a lot of things I'm going to miss. From Japan, the things I really liked here, that I found really cool, well, especially the fact that it's super safe. Everything is well organized, clean, spotless. Sometimes maybe even too much.
What?
No, there are some good sides of Japan that I'm going to miss, that's for sure. But well, as they say, all good things come to an end, and above all, every end of an adventure marks the beginning of another. So, if you have suggestions for countries where you'd like to see me travel, feel free to leave them in the comments. That's what it's for, right? We'll see. I haven't decided on the next adventure yet. I don't know where it will be, but stay tuned. In the meantime, I'm not just sitting around. I'll be present on all the other social networks, so feel free to join me. I post quite a few videos on TikTok, on Instagram, and so on. I'll probably do a debrief as well, maybe about this season. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you for joining this adventure, and special thanks to the Japanese and Korean people for their hospitality. And I'm really happy because I'm leaving with a light heart and my head full of memories. To have finally fulfilled a dream that was close to my heart, to finish what I started 10 years ago. That is to say, I had come and only visited Tokyo, and today I can say that I know Japan well. Even though I haven't seen or done everything, we still traveled a lot around Japan and it was really cool. So, take good care of yourselves, don't forget to travel, but above all, never forget one thing. Nothing is planned, anything can happen. Thank you, ciao. And remind yourself, it's time for a 14.5-hour flight. Yes, that's correct. A 14.5-hour flight? Japan has to be earned, you know, really.